Yeah, so the way we built the product was very AI first and totally built from an API, from an everything standpoint, internally and externally, to be used by an AI agent. And so there are a bunch of design decisions. Now, at some level, those things that the assistant is doing are basic read and write operations that you would do over a traditional API. So we took those and made a way for people to just interact with those themselves with no AI involved. And there are cases where people want to do that. They say, I have a piece of information, I want to update the CRM with that piece of information. Or I want to get a piece of information and do something with it. Or I want to get a bunch of information and use a script to cut it together and then pass it off to some other thing. And we were debating whether we made that possible or not, whether we do a more traditional API or not. And then it occurred to us, wait a second, this is all live. This is all there. You just have to act like an MCP client and you can do all of this. You have access to all of this. So the AI SDK is basically the part that acts like an MCP client, and it exposes all of the tools that are available to the assistant. It lets you do anything that the assistant can do or an agent like Claude or ChatGPT can do, you can now do and have access to just in code. Okay, let's dip in here and I'll show you how to use this thing. Okay, so this is the AI SDK. It's a very lightweight TypeScript wrapper for the assistant tools that we provide in our actual app, in the chat within the app, and also the MCP server. It's exactly the same things the assistant or your agent in Claude or ChatGPT are using. But maybe you want to call those tools with a specific payload for a specific purpose, i.e. you want to just hit an endpoint and be able to read and write to and from the data store. Fine, why not? It sounds good. Like the kind of thing I'd want to do. All right, great. So what you do, you obviously just clone the repo. No problem. Boom, let's do yarn install, build, and then we're good to go. All right, so it says here, all of this is in the instructions. I'm just walking you through the instruction. This is going to give you a, let me open it up. Okay, so this is going to give you a little env example, but we are going to go through the OAuth loop, and then it's going to give me my actual environment variable file. I will not share mine on this, and you should treat it very carefully because it is actually your authentication credentials to your AI workspace. Really easy to do. I just run this OAuth thing. Boom. And then visit this URL. It's going to spin up. Okay, let's connect it. I'm going to choose the right workspace, choose the right assistant. It's going to authorize. Yay, authorization successful. Boom. So now what it's done is it's created this env file for me. So that's everything that you need. And the SDK kind of client that will do the tool calls will refresh the tokens and everything and keep it all good to go. So you don't have to write that OAuth loop part yourself. The other thing that it does is it creates a fake MCP client so that you can interact with these tool calls just like regular functions, however you want. Otherwise, you would have to do the whole JSON RPC kind of harness around it, which, again, none of this is a ton of work, and you're welcome to just use it raw. We just wanted to save you some time. So boom, there we go. And now I can run things like the examples that we have here, right? Yarn example MCP. I can just do that, copy and paste. Works great. And so this shows you just an example pulling my contact out of the CRM. You can do whatever you want. These example files here, copy, paste, do whatever you want. They're just to illustrate how to use the client. This one calls the MCP method to list the available tools. If there is a tool that we have that's not in this list, you may need to upgrade your assistant. And you can create notes and create or update opportunities. You can get context for objects. The ones you're going to mostly use are going to be search objects, get context for objects. If you want to get transcripts, you're going to want to call get meeting recording context, etc. And again, we have examples of this stuff here. Hope that's helpful. Happy coding.